What's up, guys? It's your boy Trillaatroy and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching me, what's up? My name is Trillaatroy and welcome. While you're already on this video, why don't you go ahead and give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel a lot. Click that bell and get the notification every time I upload and post. And as you read by today's title, I'm going to be talking about adapting to new environments and change. So if you want to keep watching, then go ahead and cue the thing. Alright, so the topic of adapting, adjusting, new environments, change, transitioning, all of that stuff, which may be a new phase in your life. You may be getting a new job, going to a new school, starting a brand new thing in your life like college. There's so many different things that require change in our lives every single day, but some change is bigger than others. So let's talk about it and see how we can best help you adapt. Adapting to a new set of cultural expectations and social norms while staying true to your own sense of yourself, it's never really easy. However, changing is good. That's why it's good to place yourself in new environments sometimes so you can just clear your head, clear your mind, and start a new slate, start new. And write the own journey or the own destiny that you want in this new place that you have. Adaptation or dealing with something new or accepting something new in our lives is something that we all go through. But sometimes the best way of dealing with it is just coping with it and accepting it and moving on with your day, not stopping and dwelling on it, or letting it ruin your life per se because you don't know how to continue pushing on. Sometimes you just have to accept you're in a new environment, you're in a new place, you're starting this new thing, and just cope with it, deal with it, and just be like, you know what, I'm here, it's happening, I'm gonna make the best of it. But oftentimes something that can help when adjusting to a new place or a new job or a new setting is finding some sort of comfortability of whether you call that, some sort of home, friends that you did know or that you're getting to meet, co-workers, finding a new coffee shop or a place that really feels comfortable to you, and that can really help that new place feel not so new anymore and feel like you actually belong there. So when you feel like you have some sense of belonging, you'll start to feel more comfortable and you'll start to get more acclimated with the area and you will see yourself in that area. And sometimes it is true that you may move to a certain place or you may start a certain job and you don't really see yourself in there, and you try hard to make yourself feel comfortable, tell yourself that, you belong. But at the end of the day, sometimes that may not have been the right move for you. And so you just go on to another move or another new setting and you see what works for you. And if that's not it, then you keep going until something feels right for you. But don't automatically just give up at first just because you get there and things aren't going your way or you feel so out of place because you don't know anyone, you don't know the area. Sometimes that's why you have to get out and explore to get to know the area, because you may find that, I don't know, once in a lifetime person who is your best friend or who is your soulmate at the coffee shop around the corner. If you just go out and explore, you never really know. That's why you have to take a chance on life and leap with all the faith that you have and just go for it. Another tip I would say that will help you in adjusting or adapting to a new area or a new change is finding some sort of structure and balance in your life and setting a routine for yourself. When you start to, follow this routine and make this routine, it'll start to make things feel a little bit more familiar for you, and it will drastically cut down on some of that anxiety that you may be having or nervousness about being in a certain place and not knowing anyone new or anything like that. So one of my YouTubers that I watch, she moved to South Korea, not knowing anyone, new job, literally new job, new culture, new social norms. But something she did was after placing herself in this new environment, is going out to meet new people. It was finding this sort of routine where she felt some sort of familiarity. I don't think that's a word, but it's a word in this video today, of the schedule that she has to make sure that she feels comfortable and that she's adjusting well. And obviously whenever you're moving to a new place or you have this new great big setting around you or you're in this new environment, there will be times that you miss your old environment because that is where everything was easy for you. You already knew it. Maybe you grew up there. Maybe, you lived there most of your life, so you were comfortable in that environment and you knew everything. But now when you go to a different place, you're like a fish out of water and you have to make yourself submerge in the water. Not like, but like submerge yourself in the water slowly and, just become comfortable with it and make that your new place. And as we as humans all know, when dealing with change, one of the most daunting or scariest parts or moments is not knowing what to expect. It's the unknown. We never know what's coming up, what may be in the future. But that's why you have to, like I said, take that leap and just go for it, put your all into it, and hopefully you get the best results possible and everything goes your way. And if not, you pick up the pieces, put the puzzle back together. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade and you keep it pushing. And in moving and adapting to this new area, I'm pretty sure you will experience a range of emotions, because I know I did when I first came to college, and I was literally like a fish out of water. New environment, new social norms, new like I came from the south to the north, so it was just a different pace and different energy for me. So I felt emotions like depression, anxiety, nervousness, sadness, happiness, overjoyed. I mean, I went from feeling happy at sometimes to feeling sad in like 30 minutes, and I was just like, I don't like it here. I don't want to be here. But I kept it pushing, and I love it now. I mean, obviously it didn't happen overnight, but it's not like it took me a year and a half to realize that I felt comfortable here. Like, I had to actively take steps to be like, you know what, this is my place. I like being here, and I'm gonna stay. And one of those things that I initially did since I moved to a new place and didn't know anyone, and I feel like this is kind of a coping mechanism for a lot of people when they're moving to a new place, is just social isolation. Like, they don't know anyone, so they're like, oh, I'll just stay to myself and stick to myself. And while, yes, I am a very socially antisocial person, so like, I like talking to people, but like, I also don't at the same time. But it's like, I had to realize that in order for me to meet people and actually want to have like friends and everything in this new environment, I had to talk to people. I had to start going to things and connecting with people and getting out of my comfort zone and getting uncomfortable with talking to people, and doing these things that I otherwise would not have met some of the people that I know now and I call my dear friends, or have these experiences which are memories that I will have for a lifetime. And that kind of leads to my next point, which is kind of like a 2-in-1, but timing is everything in your life, and you learn how to pick and choose your battles wisely. Now, I'm pretty sure you've heard of, oh yeah, timing is everything, or you just gotta learn to pick and choose your battles, but not every battle is meant for you to fight. And sometimes timing is a hell of a thing. So like an example of this would be, if you're already feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe that's not the time in your life for you to find something that you hate and choose to do it just because it makes someone else happy in your life. Like, that's the time that you need to focus on you and make sure that you are doing well. And also picking and choosing battles, like maybe sometimes things aren't so big and you're just taking it personally. And a quote that goes with that is, there can be no life without change, and to be afraid of what is different or unfamiliar is to be afraid of life. And that is by Theodore Roosevelt. So why it's very important to say no to things that will add stress onto your plate and just throw you completely out of a loop or out of a routine of what you're normally used to. It's also important to say yes to things. Like, we have this thing of like, it's okay to say no, say no sometimes, but it's also great to say yes to things that you don't really want to do or you didn't think about before. You'll realize that saying yes sometimes can lead to new and exciting opportunities that may not have presented themselves to you otherwise or in any other capacity in your life. It'll also lead to things that you never could have imagined. For example, I joined an organization and where someone approached me and they're like, hey, you should totally join. And I was just like, what? Me? Nah, I'm good. They were like, just come check it out. So I was just like, absolutely not. I'm not going to. But then I thought about it, and I don't know if this was a sign from God or my intuition literally just struck in me literally an hour before the event started. It was just like, Troy, go and check it out. See what it's about. Maybe you will like it. Just give it a chance and go see. And too many times we listen to our heads and not our intuitions. I hope that's like makes sense. But it's like we tell ourselves like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Like, no, I'm gonna, or no, I'm just go do something different. And we don't let ourselves take that chance or take that leap of faith. And it's like, I'm glad I did, because I went and I liked it. And I was like, you see, I'm glad I went because I thought I wouldn't have liked it. So I went and I loved it actually. And who knew that 2 months later from joining the organization, I'll be doing the polar plunge. And the polar plunge is really where you run into the freezing cold ocean in like the month of January or February. If you had asked me that a few months ago and someone told me you would join an organization and then you're gonna do the polar plunge, I would have looked at them like I was crazy. Like, what? First of all, I'm not gonna run into the cold ocean, but I did, and it was fun, and I would definitely do it again. Joining the organization, I was just like, I was so against it at first, and I feel like so many times we're so against something and then we actually do it and we're like, you know what, I actually love this now. Similar to foods where it's like, we're always so against trying new foods or different things like that, and then we try it and we're just like, you know what, I've been missing out my entire life. So by saying that, I'm saying by saying yes more often, you can be more productive in trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone and meeting more people and having these new and exciting experiences that you don't think you would have ever had before. And that's why it's important to remember that everything happens for a reason. And that's why another quote is, "It is not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change." And that is by Leo Meganson. Overall, I want you to take time to listen to yourself and your thoughts, to really see and reflect on if this change or adaptation or transition in your life is really good for you, if it's bad for you, like negative or positive, what are the pros and the cons, but also see, listen to yourself and see how you're feeling to this adjustment. And now I'm gonna get into a few one-liners where if you didn't listen to anything else in this video, pay attention to these. So yeah. All right, so let's get into these lucky 7 one-liners. First, learn as much about the place as possible before going there or once you're arriving. Learn everything that you can, research, look it up online. That's why we have the internet, for you to do that, and you can learn as much as you can. Number 2, if you move to a new place to have a fresh start or, for something new, that's a clean slate, so you can decide who and what you want to be known for. Number 3, trace. Be nice to everyone. Be kind. It only can benefit you. And yes, sometimes you are nice to people and they are rude back, but just keep it pushing. Say they're having a bad day, something is wrong in their life, and my life is great, and I'm doing fine. Number 4, listen in to opportunities to connect and then share relevant information about yourself. So when I say that, I mean always be present in the moment and be listening to your surroundings, because sometimes you may overhear something, or you may, be talking to someone and you hear something and then it's just like, oh, that just struck another conversation. Or that may be another opportunity that can lead to another path in your life that, you didn't know where it's gonna lead to, but now it's something great. Number 5, when adjusting, don't take everything so personal at first, whether it's a person or you feel like this place is harsh. But sometimes just give people the benefit of the doubt at first, because they're getting to know you and you're still getting to know the place. However, in saying that, don't minimize your voice for things that you find too insensitive to ignore. So make sure that you still speak up for what you believe in, but don't take everything so personal. Number 6, which is probably one of the most important ones, and I touched on a little bit at the beginning of the video, but it's never being afraid to just get out and explore. Sometimes you need to wake up, have a clear schedule, and be like, I'm just gonna get out and I'm gonna go walk around, I'm gonna go drive around, I'm gonna go see what the area has to offer. And lastly, the lucky number 7 is take care of yourself, because transitioning, adapting to a new work environment, adapting to a new school environment, changing your life, starting over, starting fresh, starting new, it can be stressful. So make sure you take time to take care of yourself at the end of the day. All right, that is the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed. Remember to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can get a notification every time I post. Remember to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend that Trillaatroy would really love your love and support. And until the next video, peace.